This morning, election officials are expecting a large voter turnout across the Tampa Bay area.
More than 140,000 voters have already cast a ballot in Pinellas County. During early voting, there were some long lines. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Valturo leads off our election team coverage this hour, live from the Supervisor of Elections office in Largo. And Nick, after lines at the polls during early voting, officials are expecting a busy day ahead.
Yeah, Caitlin, good morning. They're expecting very long lines and thousands of voters to be lining up at polling stations just like this one here in Largo. Now, the early voting numbers have been extremely impressive, eclipsing those from 2020. So far, about 144,000 people have voted early in Pinellas County. That includes about 67,000 registered Republicans and 39,000 registered Democrats. Now, the remaining 34,000 voters identify as independent. Voting by mail also seeing a significant surge. 221,000 voters have already submitted their mail-in ballots. It breaks down close to 80,000 Republicans and 90,000 Democrats, along with 47,000 independent voters. Right now, 57,000 mail-in ballots still remain outstanding. And voters here in Pinellas County say they're encouraged seeing more people come out to have their voices heard.
I think everybody needs to go out and do, even no matter what side you stand on. It's our God-given right, especially as an American. No matter what side you stand on, you should really just get out and vote.
All the issues on the ballot are important one way or the other. No matter which way you vote, they are still important. So they need to make sure that they're just not marking them and just voting, oh, I'm only voting for the president, or I'm only voting for the counselor, and just marking all the other ballots. And then, later on be saying, oh, why are we doing that and why are we doing this, when you really didn't even take time to know what it meant.
Now, due to major storm damage impacting about 25 precincts here in Pinellas County, election supervisors are asking voters to make sure they know where they are supposed to be voting, since a lot of these polling stations have changed. Now, you can use the county's Find Precinct tool to find your precinct station and where you should be voting. You can find a link on our 10 Tampa Bay website.
Yeah, Nick, and let's point out one thing here before you go. Florida law requires voters to vote in their home precinct on Election Day, but Pinellas County voters will also be able to vote at select locations today.
Yeah, absolutely, Jameson, and that was all because of that storm that we experienced. So right now, right here on Starkey Road at the Supervisor Elections office is one of those locations, along with the courthouse in Pinellas County, along with the county building. Now, I was just talking to people from the elections office right here that spoke with us. They said right now they are expecting long lines over here because they only have about 8 voting machines inside the building. It's going to take a lot longer. So if people can, they are urging them to vote at their local precinct and not come here to vote. They want to keep these lines as short as possible. And as far as anyone, if they do still have a mail-in ballot that is outstanding, since it's too late to mail that in, they're encouraged to drop those off at one of those 3 locations we just mentioned. For right now, reporting live in Largo, Nick Valturo, 10 Tampa Bay.